Hello again. The news now in detail. Reports reaching Metro News indicate that the protest by pressure group Let My Vote Count has turned violent as police fire tear gas and hot water to stop protesters from using an approved route. My colleague Gabriel Torgbor-Ashong, who has been monitoring events for Metro News since morning, joins us with some live updates. Hello, Gabriel. So what you can see on the screen now is the situation that happened on Let My Vote Count route in Accra. So he's trying to establish contact with Gabriel Torgbor-Ashong, who is on the ground to tell us how it all started. So you can see police force trying to bring the situation under control. In your shorts now. And you can see the hot water being sprayed on the people to despair them. So we're trying to establish contact with Gabriel Torgbor-Ashong. When we get him settled, we shall ask him how it all started and how far it's gone. So in your show still you can see the police personnel and some of the protesters trying to run helter-skelter. In your show we cited Nyaho Tamaklo and the rest. A protester there has been beaten up.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, I go cry. It's okay, I go cry.
Let's speak to him. So earlier, Gabriel Torgbor-Ashong, who is there covering the event, spoke to us via phone. Let's listen to what he told us.
At the moment, it happened exactly at the Holy Spirit Cathedral Junction, which also leads to the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. And as we speak now, people are still running because the police officials are spreading the water cannon and also tear gas. People are crying, others are being lashed as we speak. And myself, as I speak now, I'm running to take cover in order for them not to get closer and hit me as well. So the situation here is rather tense. What happened was when we left the Rasport and then on the GCD road that leads to Cocoa Board thereabout, the demonstrators or those picketing wanted to go to the EC premises, contrary to the agreed plan or contrary to the order given to them by the police. They attempted at the first junction, but the police prevented them. At the second junction, they once again attempted diverting towards the EC. They were prevented. At the third junction, they did and succeeded in diverting their way towards the EC place. So when we got to Holy Street Cathedral Junction, that's where they were met by the police officials. They were told to stop, they did not. They were told, they were signaled to go forward, but they did. And at that point in time, the police began firing their tear gas and also their water cannon. Some people were lashed, others as we speak are running, and the police are following them, pursuing them to ensure that they move further from where the Electoral Commission premises are.
So have there been any arrests?
A few people were arrested and they are still in police custody, but majority of them are dispersed now within the Adabraka area. So when you come, you have the police standing at one point, some are pursuing them, whilst others are taking position. I can still, as we even speak, I can see cannon being spread across, taking people out, others are falling, and a whole lot. So it is really, really tense right here as we speak.
Would you say that those picketing have been dispersed and therefore they may not be able to converge at the heart of Hope Park?
Well, at the moment, many of them are dispersed, but they haven't moved as in living place. They are still around, and they are determined. They are venting out their frustration, and some of them are determined to go. So the police also continue. They are continuing coming towards them to try as much as possible to break it down. But the picketers or those picketing are so determined to fight on or to forge ahead to do whatever they are planned to do. So it is not over yet. And the police are also determined to prevent them. So as we speak, the police officers are coming forward. Those picketing are moving backward, but not running now. Some of them are preparing to face that I can't really tell, but they are not moving as the situation was. But the police officials are moving towards us.
Okay, thank you.
So they began signaling themselves to start running because the police officials are getting closer with their weapons.
All right, so you heard Gabriel Torgbor-Ashong, who is live on the ground, and he spoke with my news editor Eric Anyanyo. So protests turned violent, and as we all know, NPP activists tried to present their petition to the EC after picketing, and it has indeed turned violent. We shall be monitoring event and keep you posted. Let's go for a short breather. Don't go away. Hello again, you're still watching News at 1 live from our studios here at Metro TV. So as we all know, the Let My Vote Count picketing has turned violent. Let's cross over to Gabriel Torgbor-Ashong, who is standing by to give us a live update. Over to you, Obodai.
This place is very tensed. There are police officials stationed everywhere. Traffic jam has increased where the vehicles can't even find a place to move because as we speak, everyone is trying to take cover. The police officials are also right in charge. Well, if my cameraman can actually pan just to my right, you can see how the police officials have been stationed. So I would be giving you a rather perfect description of how the situation happened. Where you are actually seeing where the police officials are, down to that place is where Adabraka market is. So the picketers, as in those marching, came from that end and then they came up towards the Holy Spirit Cathedral. So when they crossed where the police officials are now, they were signaled to stop. They did not stop and came up to where I am now. They were once again told to stop, but they did not. So at that point in time where they were, when they were at this very spot, as you can see, the grass here is actually bent. Exactly. And this was bent by the tear gas thrown towards the demonstrators or towards those marching. So when they got here and they were told to stop and they did not, then the police officials were ordered to begin casting their water cannon against them and as well the tear gas. So myself, I was around this place. I had to rush and take cover. People were beaten up and a whole lot. So as we speak, the situation has rather calmed down. You can see the police officials moving. Most of the picketers, most of those marching are to my right down there. They've also taken position, waiting to know the next step to take, while the police officials are also at the Holy Spirit Cathedral, Accra Psychiatry Hospital, thereabouts. But one thing I must state is that those marching are still determined to move forward. So as a result, the police officials keep reinforcing and then moving forward. So as we speak, you can see some of them passing in my visuals. We're moving towards where the demonstrators are. So the situation now as we speak is rather tensed. And you can see one of their vehicle passing, as in the police officials' vehicle. It appears those marching are still determined to come over. They've been wanting to move back, but they are not. So the police officials keep moving. So it may even happen that the vehicle you are seeing moving may end up throwing the water against the demonstrators. So this is how the situation is right here at Adabraka. Something which was intended to be peaceful has turned chaotic, where a number of people have been arrested. People have been beaten up. You can see ambulances running up and down, picking people. So this is how the situation has been now. People are taking cover. As I speak now, I can see people standing in their houses, peeping through. And the fact is, some of the demonstrators are relocating. So as I speak now, the police officials are also relocating. So you can see them moving towards where the demonstrators have moved towards to pursue them and then manage the situation so it wouldn't move out of hand. There are over 300 police officials here, as I can see right now. And where I am now, you can't really see the demonstrators. I'm moving towards where the road is, and there you can see many of the demonstrators. Right. So I am on the road which leads to the Accra Psychiatry Hospital when you are coming from Adabraka Market. So you can see the police officials taking position now. Some are to my back, others are to my front. So those to my front are the people you are seeing now. In front of them, you can see the water cannon taking position, another coming. And then just in front of the water cannon, you can see right ahead. I want my cameraman to look towards that point. Where you can see the water cannon ahead is where the demonstrators are. So they are right in front of that place and they are not moving. Even though most of them are scattered around, they are still there and waiting to see the next step to take. So the situation is a rather tense one, but we are right here to ensure that we bring you nothing but the very latest and detailed report you need to know, as though you've been here as we speak. Right.
Unfortunately, so Gabriel with a live report from Adabraka. So the picketers were asked to stop at a point and they also refused, and that escalated the violence where water cannons were sprayed on them. So let's look, I'll see what happened earlier.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay, Watch your head. Come on, your face. Come on, your face. Watch yourself. Take him away. Hurry up.
So this is the front line. Down this road is another point where the situation is rather tensed. Not too long ago, the water cannon was sprayed right across this area. So you can see on the road, you can see the water. I want us to get to where some of the individuals are, so we talk to them and then know how they feel, whether their aim has been achieved and whether they intend to continue with this exercise. Clearly, from a distance, I can see their anger, I can see their frustration, and they are welcoming. So, all right. So what is your concern? What is your problem now?
Sir, I'm free baby. Sir, I'm going to go. So I'm saying now. Oh, mama, police force. Move for more news. I'm moving now. I don't say I'm here, sir. Oh, I don't say I'm here, sir.
But you know, the thing is, they should complain to the police, not we. Not us, because we are finding our way out, because they are throwing tear gas and live bullets.
Part of those demonstrations.
Yes, please.
You are part.
Yes.
And you've been asked to leave because you defied another. Why are you not leaving?
We did not. We wanted to submit our petition.
But you were asked not to go towards the EC office.
But if you want to submit your petition to Obama, do you need to go to outside Washington?
So what are you going to do next?
That one we don't know.
So we don't know. This is a gentleman who was part, and well, is still part of the exercise, and he's saying that they really was determined to go towards where the Electoral Commission is, and they don't understand why the police continue to pursue them. They don't actually understand. They are mad about the situation. But I must also indicate that there are a number of residents here who are also frustrated. They think that demonstrators are here and then they are making the police officials destroy their items. So that is the situation. They are asking them to leave. That is the residents here are booing the demonstrators around to leave. One of them is being asked to leave, and that their presence here is creating discomfort and chaotic situation for the residents. So one of them is being pursued now. He's being asked to leave. So he's been arrested. He was earlier asked to leave. He wouldn't. So this is just one of a number of situations happening right here. They are either lashed, water cannon sprayed onto them, or chased out. A tense situation. September 16, Accra, Ghana, Adabraka to be precise. We are coming your way live from the front line. Watching Metro TV Live.
All right, so Gabriel Oboda Torgbor-Ashong there describing the scene now as a stand. So let my vote count. Want to present a petition to the EC so that they do not use the voters register, or they should replace it. Unfortunately, the protest turned violent.